I always think of a quote from Pastor Chuck Smith of Calvary Chapel, Costa Mesa, when I read through this story in Genesis chapter 16. It's the story of Hagar and Abram and Ishmael and Sarah and that whole saga. You know the story is that Abram had this blessing from God pronounced over him that he would have a son, he'd be the father of many nations, this kind of thing, but he had no son through Sarai. And so Sarah says, well, why don't you take my handmaiden and have children through her. And so Abram does that, and they have Ishmael. Ishmael was blessed, but Ishmael had his hand against everybody. And here's the quote from Pastor Chuck. There's always a temptation to get the promise of God through compromise, through a work of the flesh, rather than to wait for the promise of the Spirit. Isaac's name meant laughter, and he was a total joy. It's always better to wait on the Lord.